Tonight on Denver7 News at 6, Colorado loses the masks.
We are going from mask wearing requirements to mask wearing suggestions.
Well, at least officially.
We're going to continue to require masks.
Proof that you can't get away with voter fraud is found in the most unlikely of cases.
Reckless, dangerous, and just plain weird. What staffers had to say about life in Congressman Doug Lamborn's office.
Not only does it look bad, it's a violation of the congressional ethics rules.
Good evening. So glad you chose to spend part of your Friday with us. I'm Ann Trujillo.
And I'm Shannon Ogden. The state mask mandate is over. Governor Polis now says face coverings are but a suggestion for the unvaccinated.
And we'll explain why we suggest everyone hang on to their masks in just a second. First, we're going to savor the moment.
It's an exciting day. We're getting closer and closer to the end of the pandemic. Today we are not celebrating the end of the pandemic, but we're celebrating an important milestone. A milestone that really turns over that individual responsibility of mask wearing to the people of Colorado. And I know that those who remain unvaccinated will make the right choice to wear a mask, and of course, the even more important choice to get protected as quickly as possible.
All right, back to reality. Today's announcement does not mean masks won't be required down the road. COVID is a moving target, especially when you consider the variants. More immediately, businesses still have every right to require you to cover your face.
We're going to still ask that people wear their masks when they come in to shop with us. It's an individual choice. This is my business and this is what I choose, and it's to make, both of us safe.
King Soopers is among businesses still requiring masks. Trader Joe's and Walmart are not.
Now, epidemiologists and other experts were by and large surprised by the CDC recommendation on masks. Some are fine with it. Others are worried it's too early and that unvaccinated people will feel even less urgency to get a vaccine now. I talked with Beth Carlton of the Colorado School of Public Health today. She told me today she shares that concern.
Colorado is number one for most per capita cases. We have 24 per 100,000 cases, tied with Michigan. And after that, there's not even really a close second. So why doesn't anybody care about this anymore? We had 1,800 new cases.
Yeah, Colorado has, in general, done a fantastic job, or has had pretty low numbers across the pandemic until now. And we're in a pretty tricky spot. I'm worried about the people who are not vaccinated, or the people who, like me, have been vaccinated but still aren't 2 weeks out from their shot, right? And I think what my fear about this guidance is that those who are not fully vaccinated will think that the show is over too, that the pandemic is over. And for all of us who are not in the fully vaccinated category, this pandemic is very real. And if you're in Colorado, it's really risky.
More than 1,500 cases of the virus and 6 deaths were confirmed in Colorado today, and 630 people are in the hospital. And while that is high, that is our lowest patient count since April 23rd.
Denver and several other metro counties will lift all restrictions this weekend. Broomfield, Jefferson, Boulder, Arapahoe, and Adams counties are all going in that direction. Douglas County declared the pandemic over a few weeks ago, so we wouldn't worry about restrictions there either. The Rockies will allow up to 35,000 people in Coors Field come June. That is 70% capacity. Governor Polis has previously said he expects a packed stadium by the All-Star game.
Outdoor dining will remain a feature of Colorado through the summer and likely many more. Not because of concerns about the virus. As Denver7's Lance Hernandez reports, restaurants have come to the realization that people really like eating outside.
Downtown Littleton, Denver, Golden, and Old Town Arvada are 4 examples of communities working to expand outdoor seating programs so they can help businesses continue to recover.
Water features are a welcome sign of summer in Old Town Arvada. Customers are taking advantage of the sunshine to pack the outdoor seating areas on a 2-block stretch of Old Wadsworth.
It's awesome. It's beautiful weather. I'm glad we got rid of the snow.
The city says the street closure has worked so well, they're extending it for 5 years and will then consider making it permanent.
Being able to be out here in the sunshine on a perfect day like today, I'd rather have this around for the long term.
The City and Business Improvement District planning to replace temporary barricades with medians and planters.
Really what we want to do is be able to enhance the aesthetic of Old Town.
Some parking spots have been lost. Customers eating outdoors say they don't mind. Neither does Casey Adler, who owns Spirits Wine Provisions. He says without the city taking action last year,
we would have been done. I'm going to be honest, we wouldn't have survived.
In Golden, City Council voted to make outdoor street-side seating seasonal. In Denver, the mayor extended the outdoor dining program for another year. It will now expire in October of 2022. And in historic downtown Littleton, merchants have taken over the Weekends on Main event, which closes a stretch of Main Street from Rio Grande to Santa Fe from 4 p.m. Friday afternoon until 11 p.m. Saturday. That's through October 30th.
Weekends on Main Street in Littleton taking a one-week hiatus tomorrow so that 4 high schools can hold a parade for graduating seniors. Lance Hernandez, Denver7.
Sunshine, rain, hail, and lightning will be the norm for the next few days.
Somehow we think we'll make it work. Here with the weekend forecast is meteorologist Mike Nelson.
At least snow was not in that also descriptor for the weekend. Partly cloudy right now in the Denver area, and there are a few scattered showers off to the northwest of us. I think we get through the evening just fine around here, but some stronger storms that have occasionally been severe down in Cheyenne County, Kit Carson County, and southern portions of Lincoln County. There is a severe thunderstorm watch in effect there until 9 o'clock tonight. Everything that's north and west of Denver will dissipate tonight, and quieter conditions will come in, but it'll be back. Tomorrow we'll have more storms. So partly cloudy in the metro, strong storms in the plains, storms likely this weekend, and more really good and beneficial moisture is on the way. Keep that in mind because the 7-day does have an awful lot of raindrops in it. I'll have those details in just a few minutes.
A man was shot and killed by Denver police at First and Perry this afternoon. That's in the Barnum neighborhood. Investigators say the man was firing a gun into the air. They chased him, allegedly started firing at officers, and officers fired back. He was killed, and no police were hurt.
A former staffer claims Congressman Doug Lamborn did not require his staff to wear masks last year and cared little about social distancing. Now, that's only the tip of the iceberg. Here with what else employees have to say about Lamborn is Denver7's Russell Haythorne.
Republican Congressman Doug Lamborn under fire for, among other allegations in a new lawsuit, forcing staff members to buy his family Christmas gifts and forcing staff to run errands for his family.
Not only does it look bad, it's a violation of the congressional ethics rules.
In one email obtained by Denver7, a staff member writes, "Team, I'm leaving now to run errands for Mrs. Lamborn. Then I'll take my lunch hour." Another email says, "We were able to get gift certificates for the Kennedy Center. $10 from each of us will give the Lamborns flexibility deciding what they want to attend."
There's no question that the use of staff for personal gain is forbidden and smacks of corruption.
Longtime Republican consultant Steve Durham says this could spell trouble for the 8-term congressman.
And that could make him very vulnerable to a primary.
The lawsuit also alleges Lamborn allowed his son to sleep in a storage space in the basement of the U.S. Capitol for weeks and claims Lamborn exposed his staff to the coronavirus by ignoring and recklessly handling COVID protocols in the U.S. House. And many on his staff did contract the virus.
Significant, but it doesn't smack of corruption like the use of staff for personal gain.
Durham says this could lead to a censure of the congressman or other consequences, which could possibly put him in a tough primary battle if another Republican were to step up.
Frankly, I think it would be bad for the party to re-elect a member someone to Congress who has demonstrated a complete disregard of the ethics rules.
Russell Haythorne, Denver7.
And a spokesperson for Congressman Lamborn called the allegations unsubstantiated and said Lamborn looks forward to full vindication as all facts come to light.
Barry Morpheu is facing new charges tonight for submitting a ballot on his late wife Suzanne's behalf.
The county clerk immediately handed the ballot to the Chaffee County Sheriff's Office, who took it as evidence. And when questioned as to why Barry Morpheu would submit a ballot for his missing wife, he said he wanted President Trump to win and knew Suzanne would too. Now, Suzanne's body has not been recovered. He is now charged in her murder.
The 95-year-old man who murdered an assisted living facility employee in Lafayette is undergoing a competency evaluation at the Mental Health Institute in Pueblo. Police say Oki Payne admitted to shooting and killing Ricardo Medina Rojas in February. An affidavit shows staff believe Payne to be paranoid. At least one person knew he had a gun.
A Denver woman has been arrested in the death of her 9-month-old daughter, Gianna Rosales. Jolene Byer-LaCruz is charged with child abuse resulting in death. Byer-LaCruz's boyfriend, Cain Gallardo, was arrested earlier this month on a charge of first-degree murder.
A man accused of stealing a Jeep as well as the toddler in the back, now facing charges of second-degree kidnapping. Denver police say Michael Curran ditched the Jeep a short time after stealing it from the parking lot of a AT&T mobile store in North Chambers. He was caught a short time later, and that child was not hurt.
Usually, Boulder police visit other cities during National Police Week to honor fallen officers. Well, today they stayed home and presented a medal in memory of Officer Eric Talley. He was murdered less than 2 months ago.
Usually we send our officers out across the country, but I felt that it was important that we have our own since we lost Eric this year.
The chief says this ceremony will be held in Boulder every year from now on.
A little stormy out there today. I expect more storms over the weekend.
Plus, the Broncos are ready to be back in the playoffs.
The Avs are already there, and now to secure a certain cup.
Everybody knows what happened last 2 years. Our goal is to go past that and all the way to the end.
Get live 24/7 news, weather, and more anytime you want with Denver7 Plus, and it's all free. Denver7 Plus is local news whenever you want. It's always on, even when other local newscasts aren't. Plus, watch Denver7 weather 24/7. It's like having a weather station in your home. It's local news, plus weather, plus entertainment, plus more, and it's all free. Denver7 Plus, you're in control.